Question number 51. Please see this question, sir. Question number 51. A ladder rests against a wall, making an angle of alpha with the horizontal. That means there is a ladder. There is a ladder which is resting against a wall. This is the wall I will consider. I will consider wall as AC. This is my wall. There is a ladder which is resting against a wall, making an angle of alpha with the horizontal. This is the horizontal line, let me call it as CD, and the ladder is nothing but AD. AD is nothing but the ladder. This ladder is resting against a wall AC, making an angle of alpha with the horizontal. Angle D is alpha. Next, the foot of the ladder is pulled away from the wall through a distance A, small a, so that it slides a distance B down the wall, making an angle beta with the horizontal. Let me use a different color to represent this in the diagram. This is my foot of the wall. What is that they are saying? I will pull this foot of the wall. The foot of the wall is pulled away from the wall. That means the ladder which is like this as AC, I will take the foot, I will keep my hand on this foot of the ladder and I will drag away from the wall. If I drag it like this, the ladder will still not be at point A itself. The top of the ladder will still not be at point A. The top of the ladder also will slip. Let me call this top of the ladder now as B. And they have told something. The ladder is pulled away from the wall through a distance small a. That means this distance from A to D to E is represented as small a according to the question, so that it slides a distance small b down the wall. It slides a distance small b. This AB is nothing but small b, making an angle of beta with the horizontal. This particular angle from capital B to capital E is given in the question as a beta. This is given as beta. Find the value of A by B. A by B value is what we need to find. Now, first of all, in this question, I cannot use my standard values as 30, 60, 90 because it is nowhere mentioned in the question as 30 degree, 60 degree or 45 degree. Only one angle I can make use as 90 degree. Other angles are unknown angles in the question. So, I need to take those trigonometric functions into account, and then only I can solve this question. I hope you are able to understand. Now, because I am using the trigonometric ratios or trigonometric functions, let me call these as unknown values only. This CD I will call it as small letter x. Usually we do not like to solve with unknowns, but because the question itself is given in unknown values as alpha and beta and small letter a and b, I cannot help further, sir. There is no other way rather than to do this by this method. So this x and height of the ladder, total height, I will call it as the length of the ladder. That means AD value or BE value. AD and BE both are ladder itself. Both are same. Height of the ladder AD or BE, let me call that height as H. Let me call the height of the ladder as H. I hope the idea is clear. Now, this I called it as X and this is A. This is B. Similarly, BC I will represent it by some other variable. Let me call it as Y. Anyway, we are using by traditional method only because of unknown values given in the question. So, let me represent it by some variables X and Y also. Now, see here. There are two right angled triangles as you can see. One of the right angled triangle is triangle ADC. This is my first right angle triangle. Another right angle triangle is triangle BCE. This is my another right angle triangle. Now, if I take the first right angle triangle ADC, if I take the right angle triangle ADC, now in this triangle ADC, that means ADC, this smaller right angle triangle, or smaller or bigger because both are looking at the same thing. Now ADC if I take, what is known for me? This AD value, do you know that? Yes, I called it as H. AD value I know. That means hypotenuse value I definitely know in this. So I will definitely make use of hypotenuse side. Any other thing you know the other side also. Opposite of this alpha. You know it as AC. AC is B plus Y. You can say, sir, I know the adjacent of alpha also as X. Adjacent X is something which you have assumed, but opposite if I take Y is also something which you have assumed, but you have something which is also given in the question as B. At least let us have one variable which is given in the question. So opposite is something I will consider for alpha. Hypotenuse is considered opposite divided by hypotenuse is, it is sine alpha. Opposite is B plus Y, hypotenuse is H. This is my one of the equation which I will keep it. Okay, let me keep it. Let me use it later. Similarly, there is another triangle. What is the triangle? In triangle BEC. In triangle BEC, if I take, similarly in BEC triangle, I know the hypotenuse, because hypotenuse is nothing but BE, and BE is nothing but the ladder, and the height of the ladder I considered already as H. So I will definitely again consider that H. And what is the other side which you will take? Now BE opposite, if I take opposite is Y, that is something which I assumed. Adjacent is X plus A. Now just 1 minute before I told you, let us have one variable at least which is given in the question. A is given but Y is something which I assumed. But still in this particular case, I will take it as Y itself. Why? Because opposite by hypotenuse. I will again take it as a sine beta. Sir, why did you not take cos beta in this case? Because first equation is in terms of sine. Let us also take the second equation in terms of sine again, so that we will not have any problems. Now this is my equation 1. This is my second equation. Let me subtract both the equations. Sine alpha minus sine beta. Sine alpha minus sine beta. All these you need to do when the angles are not given. There is no other way. Sine alpha is B by H plus Y by H. B by H plus Y by H, and sine beta is Y by H, and this Y by H will cancel right now, and again I will get it as sine alpha minus sine beta is equal to B by H. Now this is my equation 3. Sir, what can you do from this third equation? Nothing as of now. As of now I cannot do anything. Now you might again get it out. So you took sine alpha and sine beta. Can I take cos alpha and cos beta in both the cases? That is what we will do right now. Same thing. In triangle ADC, again I will consider the triangle. I will take cos alpha. Hypotenuse is H. Alpha, adjacent to alpha is X. So it is X by H. Similarly, in another triangle BEC, I will consider cos beta. Cos beta, hypotenuse is H. Adjacent to beta is X plus A. Right? I hope you are understanding. It is X plus A. Sir, why did you do like this? If I subtract these two, cos beta minus cos alpha is X by H plus A by H minus X by H. This will cancel. So cos beta minus cos alpha is equal to A by H. This is my fourth equation. Sir, how are you getting to know that we should take sine minus sine, cos minus cos? Simple logic, sir. What is that we need to find finally? Find the value of A by B. That means if I take sine alpha minus sine beta, I will get that letter called as B, or the variable called as B. Similarly, if I take cos alpha minus cos beta, I will definitely encounter the other variable A. Then only I can find A by B. If you take only sine alpha sine beta, you cannot get A. Or if you take only cos alpha cos beta, you cannot get B. I should take both cos and sine for both the triangles. This is the way you need to identify. Now, I want A by B. A by B is A by H divided by B by H. That means equation 4, I will divide by equation 3. Then it becomes A by H divided by B by H, and the right hand side will become sine cos beta minus cos alpha divided by sine alpha minus sine beta. I hope you are understanding. Cos beta minus cos alpha divided by sine alpha minus sine beta. If you observe h, if it cancels, a by b is remaining, and that is what I need to find. So your final answer is cos beta minus cos alpha divided by sine alpha minus sine beta. But the answer options are not given like that. Answer options are definitely not given like that. It is given in terms of tan, or in terms of cot, or in terms of no trigonometric function at all. So I need to further simplify. A by b is equal to cos beta minus cos alpha is nothing but cos c minus cos d. You know the transformation formula which I taught in trigonometry with a beautiful shortcut. Please refer to my trigonometry class if you have not seen that. I have taught you a very beautiful shortcut to transform cos c minus cos d. It is nothing but 2 sine of alpha plus beta by 2 into sine of alpha minus beta by 2. Similarly, sine alpha minus sine beta is cos sin c minus sin d. It is nothing but 2 cos of alpha plus beta by 2 divided by sine of alpha minus beta by 2. I have told you a beautiful shortcut to remember this, sir. There is no need for you to by heart the transformation formula. I have told you a very beautiful shortcut. Please refer to my trigonometric class. So 2 will cancel. Sin alpha minus beta by 2 will cancel. You are left with sin theta divided by cos theta, which is tan theta, where theta, what I referred, is nothing but alpha plus beta by 2. Answer for this question is tan of alpha plus beta by 2, which is nothing but my option A. I hope the idea is clear. Whenever standard values are not given, or whenever the given value is an unknown value, please make use of this variety, and I told you how to identify which is alpha, which is beta, or which is when to take sin alpha, when to take cos alpha, or when to take sin beta, or when to take cos beta. I hope keeping those things in mind you can solve these questions so beautifully. I hope the idea is very clear for you people. Again, next question is again a very easy question once you have understood that many questions whatever we have solved. And again I am repeating you people, if you have understood the previous questions, whatever we have solved, these all questions looks very easy, sir. Otherwise, you will keep struggling in solving all these varieties of beautiful questions. Please see this question. Find the height of a mountain. There is a mountain which is having its peak. We need to find the height of that mountain. If its elevation of its top, if the elevation of its top at an unknown distance from the base is 18 degrees. First let us draw the diagram till this point of a time. That means there is a mountain. Let me call this mountain as some alphabet or some namings as AB. A is the peak of the mountain, B is the base of the mountain. AB is the mountain, what I am talking about right now. AB is the mountain. If the elevation of its top at an unknown distance from the base is nothing but B, from some unknown distance, I don't know the distance between B and C, right? I don't know the distance between B and C. This distance, unknown distance B and C, from that point C, the angle of elevation of the top of the mountain, it is given in the question as how much? It is given as 18 degrees, 18. It is given as 18 degrees. And at a distance of 10 kilometers, further off from the mountain, that means along the same line and at a distance of 10 kilometers from this point C, distance of 10 kilometers, I will find a point called as D. Further off from the mountain, it is moving away from the mountain is the meaning of that. Along the same line, CD is the line which is along the same line as BC. Yes, whatever they have given in the question, we are satisfying in the diagram. The angle of elevation from the top of the mountain is 9 degrees. That means this particular angle of elevation from A to D, diagram is not drawn to the scale, from A to D, this angle of elevation is given in the question as 9 degrees, and it is given that this is further distance of 10 kilometers. CD value is given as 10 kilometers. Find the height of the mountain is the question. Height of the mountain, let me call it as H, which is nothing but AB. I need to find the value of AB in this question. Angle B is nothing but 90 degrees. I hope the diagram is very clear from the statements whatever we have read from the given data in this particular question. I hope the diagram should be very clear for you people, sir. Now think a little logically, sir. Think a little logically. This is 18 degrees, right? This is 18 degrees. Can I say that if this is 18 degrees, this particular distance is given as 10 kilometers, right? This particular distance is given as 10 kilometers. Can I say that if this is 90, if this is 18 degrees, then how much it should be? 90 plus 18 is 108. 108 degrees means total sum of three angles in a triangle should be 180 degrees. So this should be remaining 72 degrees. I hope the idea is clear. Angle A, it is not completely angle A, sir. In triangle ABC, angle A is 72 degrees, right? That is 72 degrees. Now, similarly, can I also say that if this is 18 degrees, if this is 18 degrees, this will form a straight line. So this particular angle should be how much then? Total angle in a straight line is 180 degrees. If this is 18, this should be how much? 180 minus 18, it is 162 degrees. And again, can I say that the angle A, this particular angle, how much it should be? This is the triangle ACD. In triangle ACD, angle D is 9 degrees. Angle C is 162 degrees. 162 plus 9 is 171. But the sum of three sides, three angles should be 180 degrees. So this particular angle A should be remaining 9 degrees. I hope you are able to understand this. Now, this is 9 degrees. This also is 9 degrees. That means it's an isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, two angles will be equal. If two angles are equal, their opposite corresponding sides will also be equal. That means opposite to this 9 degrees, the side given is 10 kilometers. Opposite to this 9 degree also, the side should be 10 kilometers. That means AC value is 10 kilometer. I hope you are able to understand this logic. The value of AC, now we got the value of AC as 10 kilometers, because it's an isosceles triangle. Now AC value is 10 kilometer. If I take this particular right angle triangle, triangle ABC, which I am shading right now, in triangle ABC, I need to find okay, first of all, angle given is 18 degrees here. What is the opposite side of 18? It is AB. That is nothing but H. Opposite side is something which we need to find. What is the other side known in the triangle ABC? Just now we found it as AC. That is nothing but 10. That means opposite side need to be calculated. What is that? Hypotenuse of the triangle is known. That means opposite and hypotenuse, which trigonometric function? It is sine. Sine 18 degrees is opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite is H, hypotenuse is AC, which is nothing but 10. And sine 18, I have already told you how to find it in trigonometry class. The value is root 5 minus 1 divided by 4. It is equal to H by 10. This is 2 into 2, this is 2 into 5. Final answer will be H is equal to, this 5 will go to the left hand side, it becomes 5 by 2, or it is 2.5. 2.5 times of root 5 minus 1 kilometers, and that is what they are asking you in the question. Find the height of the mountain, which is represented as H. Sir, why did you take these trigonometric functions and solve in this question? Why did you not take like the way you are solving in ratios method in which you are using in previous problems? This answer also I have already told you, sir. The simple answer for that question is 18 degrees, 72 degrees, 9 degrees, 162 degrees. These are not our comfortable degrees. These are not the comfortable angles which are given in the question. We are very comfortable with three angles: 30 degree, 60 degree and 45 degree. If the triangle is 30, 60, 90, or if the triangle is 45, 45, 90, we are very comfortable by ratios concept, wherein we have solved so many questions by now using ratios concept for such kind of problems. Any other question other than those varieties of angles, other than 30, 60 and 45, if you get any other numbers like 1872 for 162 in this question, try to implement a different methodology which is nothing but similar more or less to your textbook methodology. I hope the idea is very very clear. Anyway, the problem solving is also not too much difficult in these cases. It will be very easy by nature, nothing to worry about that part. I hope the idea is very clear for you people, sir. Next, a very very beautiful question. Definitely you should put a star mark for this question, and one of the other reason why I am asking you to put a star mark is this is your original SSC mains, which I forgot to mention here. Original SSC mains 2016 question. Extremely beautiful question to be solved, sir. Please pay complete attention for this question. Question number 50 in our trigonometry, or rather heights and distances class. Question number 50 is what we are solving right now. Please pay complete attention in understanding this question. Now see here, sir. Your question is a hydrogen filled balloon ascending at the rate of 18 kilometers per hour was drifted by wind. That means there is a base here, there is some point on the level ground here. I will call that point as Q. Now a hydrogen filled balloon, a balloon is filled with hydrogen gas ascending at the rate of 18 kilometers per hour. That means it is moving up like this. It is going up, going up, going up. It is moving up and it is ascending at the rate of 18 kilometers per hour. Suppose this is the balloon, right? This is the balloon, right? So ascending at the rate of 18 kilometers per hour was drifted by a wind. Now it is moving on like this. After some times it was drifted by a wind. Yes, okay, that is the point. Its angle of elevation at 10th and 15th minutes were found to be 60 degrees and 45 degrees respectively. That means there is a person standing here. That person I will represent it as P, right? That person I will represent it as P. Suppose for example, from point Q, the balloon kept on moving upward. Why upward? Because it is given in the question as ascending. The balloon kept on moving upward at the rate of 18 kilometers per hour. Suppose that, assume that this is the 10th minute. At 10th minute, after 10 minutes are completed, at 10th minute, suppose this is the position of balloon. Let me draw that balloon in the shape of a human. So suppose this is the position of balloon. At this point at 10th minute, the person sees this balloon and the angle of elevation were found to be 60 degrees for 10th minute. That means for 10th minute, angle of elevation is found to be 60 degrees. And 15th minute, at 15th minute, the angle of elevation was found to be 45 degrees. That means the balloon at 10th minute was at this position and it was drifted by wind. That means the balloon kept on going like this, somewhere like this by the wind. And at 15th minute, the balloon moved little away also, and at the same time the balloon is moving upward also. That means this is the position of the balloon. Suppose this is the position of the balloon at 15th minute. If I take it from the level ground like this, let me call this ground, point on the ground as some letter R. The angle of elevation at 15th minute of the balloon from this point P, it is given in the question as 45 degrees. That means if the person sees this balloon at 15th minute, the angle of elevation is given as 45 degrees. I hope the idea is very very clear for you people. Now your question is, find the approximate wind speed in whole number during the last 5 minutes. That means from 10th minute to 15th minute, what is the speed of the balloon is the question. The speed of the balloon is given in the question as 18 kilometers per hour. That was not from 10th to 15th. That was till 10th minute, but after 10th minute the wind is like the balloon is drifted by the wind and it is moving like this. And what will be the speed of the balloon from 10th minute to 15th minute? That means in the last 5 minutes what is the speed of the balloon? Now we all know this beautiful thing known as speed is nothing but distance by time. It is distance by time. That means, can I say that distance is nothing but from 10th minute. At 10th minute, if I take the horizontal distance or vertical distance, it was at point Q. At 15 minutes, vertical distance is at point R. That means distance traveled is from the distance from Q to R. Distance traveled from Q to R divided by what is the time taken from Q to R. Time taken from Q to R is 5 minutes. 10th minute to 15th minutes means it is 5 minutes. The time is known to us. Distance is not known. If I find the distance from Q to R, my answer is over. As simple as that. Let us not make it complicated. Now, our intention is to find the distance from Q to R. Now, see here, sir. Listen to this carefully. From Q to R, wind is blowing like this, and because of the wind, the balloon is also moving away and it is also moving upward. So 10th minute position is Q, 15th minute position is R. That means you take the height which I have drawn it in the diagram. Now there are two right angle triangles if you observe carefully. First right angle triangle is triangle PQ. If I name this triangle as something as, okay, so PQ and this balloon, so that is the first right angle triangle. Second right angle triangle is, let me name this position as some A and this position as B, right? There is no harm in taking any alphabets, right? So let us use that alphabets. This is the first right angle triangle, and there is a bigger right angle triangle forming an angle of 45 degrees. It is PRB. It is another triangle PRB. Now you take any triangle of your choice. Any triangle of your choice, please take it. You will ultimately end up getting the same answer. I hope you are getting the point. You will ultimately end up getting the same answer. Now suppose we know that the time taken from Q to R is 5 minutes, right? Time taken from Q to R is 5 minutes. Now think little logically, sir. I want to find the distance traveled from Q to R. Now first of all, if I take this triangle PQA, if I take this triangle PQA, this is 90 degrees, this is 60 degrees, that means this angle should be 30 degrees. We know the ratio parts of the sides of triangle 30, 60, 90. Opposite to 30, if I assume it as 1 unit, opposite to 30, if I assume the side as 1 unit, then opposite to 60, this side will become root 3 units. But instead of taking root 3 here, what I will do is opposite to 30, instead of assuming it as 1, I will assume it as root 3 units. If opposite to 30 is root 3, then opposite to 60 will be 3. How, sir? I already explained in so many previous problems, sir. Let us not keep on worrying about the same part. Opposite to 30, if I assume it as root 3, then opposite to 60, AQ distance will be 3 units. I hope this part is clear for you people. This is 3 units or 3 kilometers, whatever it is. Similarly, can I say that if I take this bigger triangle, triangle PRB, triangle PRB is what I am interested in taking right now. Same logic I will implement again here, sir. Please listen carefully. It is given in the question that the balloon is ascending at the rate of 18 kilometers per hour. 18 kilometers per hour means in 1 minute, in 1 hour it will travel 18 kilometers. In 1 hour means, that means what is the meaning of this 18 kilometers per hour, sir? 18 kilometers per hour means in 1 hour, in 60 minutes, it will travel 18 kilometers. That means it was initially at the ground level Q, and at the 10th minute, till 10th minute it was traveling at 18 kilometers till point A. That means the time taken from Q to A, if it is 60 minutes, it will travel 18 kilometers. But the time taken from Q to A, or the distance traveled from Q to A, is not 18 kilometers. it is only 3 kilometers. From Q to A, the distance traveled is 3 kilometers. That means 18 should become 3 divided by 6. 60 also divided by 6. 60 divided by 6 is 10 minutes. That means, can I say that the time taken from Q to A, this time, it is nothing but 10 minutes. It is nothing but 10 minutes. And Q to R, it is nothing but 5 minutes. That means a person is leaving at point P. The person started leaving the balloon at point P because of the wind. It kept on going like this, like this, like this, and at the 10th minute, this is the position of the balloon. And from vertical distance, if you see from point Q, this distance is 3 kilometers according to our assumption. So 18 should become 3 divided by 6. 60 by 6 also is 10. So from P to A, the balloon, the time taken for the balloon to travel from P to A is 10 minutes. From A to B, the time taken for the balloon to travel is 5 minutes. I hope this particular part is very, very clear for you people. I believe that this should not be a difficulty at all to understand how time taken is 10 minutes from P to A or P to Q, because A is nothing but Q. Vertical distance is only what we are considering. So that is similar only what we are taking there also. I hope this part everyone should be very, very clear by nature, sir. I hope the idea is clear. Now, what is the next thing that we need to find? Now, can I say that? Think little logically again. Think little logically. In 10 minutes, it was able to travel 3 kilometers. In 10 minutes, it was able to travel 3 kilometers. That means in 5 minutes, it will travel how many kilometers? It will travel 1.5 kilometers. In 10 minutes, I traveled a distance of 3 kilometers. That means in 5 minutes, I traveled a distance of 1.5 kilometers. Simple. That means, can I say that if I put a horizontal line here, the balloon is at point A. That means this particular distance is nothing but 3 kilometers, which is nothing but A to Q distance, Q to A distance. But the balloon, it is at this position as of now. Now it is going to point B. That means from this point, if it has to travel to point B, it is taking 5 minutes. In 10 minutes, if it travels 3 kilometers, in 5 minutes it will travel another 1.5 kilometers. That means the total distance from R to B is nothing but 4.5 kilometers. I hope you are understanding, sir. That is the reason I told, please put a star mark for this question, which is a beautiful question. Total distance from R to B is 4.5. If I take the bigger triangle PBR, this is 45, this is 90. So this also should be 45 degrees. If this is 45, opposite to 45, it is 4.5 kilometers. Opposite to this 45 also should be 4.5 kilometers. That means, in simple language, can I say that from P to Q, it is root 3 kilometers. From P to R, it is 4.5 kilometers. That means from Q to R, it will be out of total 4.5. Remove this root 3. That many kilometers will be from P to R. Q to R. Distance from Q to R is 4.5 minus root 3. Time from Q to R is how much it is? 5 minutes. Speed is what we need to calculate. To find that QR, what all we have done, sir. And it is not difficult, like the way I explained you in detail, taking so much of time. It's very easy. You can solve it so fast if you have understood all my previous questions. Let us solve this question anyway right now. We are calculating the wind speed in the last 5 minutes. Distance traveled is 4.5 minus root 3 kilometers divided by time taken is nothing but 5 minutes. 5 by 60 is 1 by 12 hours. So this will become 12 times of 4.5 minus root 3 kilometers per hour. 12 into 4.5. Or I can also say that this is 12 times of 4.5 minus 1.7. It is 12 into 2.8 approximately it is 33.6 kilometers per hour when you calculate it, but your question says find the approximate wind speed in whole numbers. Excuse me sir, I'm sorry. The nearest whole number closer to 33.6 is 33 kilometers. Answer is approximately 33 kilometers per hour. Beautiful, beautiful, extremely beautiful question, sir. Original SSC 2016 main question. Please do not ignore this kind of beautiful questions on balloon. I hope the idea is clear. A person is standing at point P with a balloon initially. He started leaving the balloon upward and the balloon started moving at the rate of 18 kilometers per hour, and because of it was drifted by the wind. It did not move vertically like this. It kept on moving like this, and at point A, which is at the 10th minute, balloon was there. Angle of elevation from that person is 60 degree. After 5 more minutes, at 15th minute, balloon again kept on moving at point B. If I see angle of elevation is 45 degrees, this distance, that means that rate is given from first minute till the 10th minute as 18 kilometers per hour. From 10th minute to 15th minute, what is the wind speed is what they are asking, and they are also given the angle of elevations, and it is also given in the question that it is anything else is given, sir? No, nothing else is given. In fact, we assumed it as root 3 and 3. It is 3 for 10 minutes and 18 for 60 minutes. 18 for 60 minutes is given in the question. So calculate for 3 kilometers how many minutes. So from P to A, time taken is 10 minutes, and 10 minutes it is traveling. For 10 minutes it is 3 kilometers covered. For 15 minutes, for the last 5 minutes, it is another 1.5 kilometers extra covered. Total from B to R is 4.5. BR, if it is 4.5, PR also should be 4.5, because BPR is an isosceles triangle, isosceles right angled triangle. So two sides should be equal. So total is 4.5, PQ is root 3. So QR should be 4.5 minus root 3. That is the distance traveled from by the balloon from 10th minute till the 15th minute. Distance is known, time is known. Calculate the speed in this way. You will get the answer so easily. I hope the idea is very, very clear for you people.